Yes.
What's up, everybody? What's up? This is episode number 7 of the Cabrini Kid Podcast. We are coming live. You can watch us on Instagram. We are live on Instagram now. We are live on X. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Anywhere that you are, we are. And we got some more. Um, I guess we got some more news as that relates coming up soon. So we will definitely keep you guys up to date with that. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the link with your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're trying to grow the platform as much as possible, but we can't do that without you. So definitely like and subscribe, hit the alert button. With me today, I have the lovely Liliana Roman. She has graced us with her presence once again. Um, and now we have Terry, who has hopped back
Yeah.
on. My
Sir,
co-host Terry.
we back, baby.
We are back. We were off last week. I took some time off to watch the Democratic National Convention and get caught up on some of that stuff. I think is very important. We're going to do a politics episode in the future, so obviously everybody be ready for that when that happens. But we're not going to get into that today. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Terry? How you doing? How you living?
Man, you already know, man. It's another beautiful day out here in the world of dark skin life.
You ain't even dark. You just gotta turn the lights on.
Man, they ain't got no lights in here, man.
When we start getting paid, we'll get you a ring light.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Lily, you got a ring light. I could probably borrow
I do. You can borrow it.
Lily, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks. How are
Well,
you?
we're great. I'm great. We definitely missed your presence. I feel like you were kind of a fan favorite, so we definitely had to make sure we brought you back in. So
I'm glad to be back.
Good. Glad to have you. So today, what we're gonna talk about is we're gonna dive into two different topics. First topic, last week I got into once again a little bit of a back and forth on social media because a young lady posted that if a man does not make at least $50,000, that he has no business dating. And so I think we should dive into that because I think there was a lot of both sides. There was a lot of people who said that they agree. There was a lot of people who said they don't agree, that it's just money. And then the follow-up question to that was always going to be, what is your number to be comfortable? So it was a long. I'm talking about, this conversation went on probably 2 days, maybe 3.
Damn.
It's still getting comments on Facebook right now. So it was hot in the room. But I'm gonna start with Lily, since you're in the middle. What do you think is an acceptable income level, minimum income level for a man to be dating?
Is this just so I'm just dating you? We're not living together.
I mean,
Nah,
you
y'all
try
just
to
dating.
somebody you pursuing.
Yeah, right. You like the person, like.
I mean, I guess for me, I don't really look at that. Like, I don't look at that because I make my own money. I pay my own bills. Um, I don't know. I don't think there's an amount. I mean,
It's
When was the last time you paid for a first date?
I only have ever paid for a first date. I have offered. I like if it's like something casual where we just like go, I don't know, grab coffee or whatever. Like I'll take out my debit card. I'm like, oh, I got this, and they're like, no, I got this. I've offered, but I've never paid for a first date. I've never paid for a date.
crazy. Hey, that's diabolical.
We went from I make my own money, I don't need no man, to I've
Well,
never paid for a date.
no, I never said I don't need no man. What I'm saying is I'm not looking at you for money. Like I'm not sitting there like, how much money do you make? I would love for you to make your own money, to make your 6 figures and be able to provide for yourself. I'd love to know that if we got married or we lived together and God forbid I fall and break my ankle and can't work for 6 weeks, like you got me. But I'm not like, you make less than 50,000. No, I don't think you can take me out. Like that's not what I'm looking at, you know? Yeah, don't be putting words in my mouth.
That's crazy. That's crazy, Liliana.
That's crazy. And we got Bria back in the building. Yes, Queen. Your counterpart is with us. Felix tapping in from 2 different locations. We got DeBarge Felix and we got Poolside Felix.
Yeah. Felix be moving.
Felix be on the go.
To add to that though, if you are struggling financially, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, absolutely you do not need to be trying to date anybody because you don't know if you're going to end up being financially responsible for all of those dates. I just think it's in a person, like, yeah, I think it's just on you. I don't have an amount, but if you make 6 figures, it's much better. Just kidding.
But so are we saying that it's really so if the other person's level of living is comfortable to them, does that mean that it's comfortable to you?
No, not at all. But when I'm dating you and trying to get to know you, again, I'm not looking at what you make a year or a paycheck. But if you start talking to me about how you're struggling and like, oh, I can barely make ends meet and blah blah blah, I'm probably not going to go on a date with you.
Hell no, she not. Hell no, she not. She over here capping on live. That's crazy.
No, if you're struggling, I'm not going to go on a date with you.
Lily capping. I know you. I know you for real.
I know you too. So if we want to go back a couple episodes, we can talk about the stuff you be capping on.
Hey, listen. We can talk about it between us. Don't be trying to bring nobody else into this.
No, if you are telling me, hey, I struggle to make ends meet. I do this. I'm barely surviving. Blah blah blah. Like, I'm not gonna go on a date with you because then that's putting pressure on you. This guy just said if she's living paycheck to paycheck, has no money, she probably is looking for someone to take care of her. I don't know, but I'm not. I've never been in that situation, so I can't really speak on it. But if you're gonna tell me like I'm struggling, okay, like maybe you shouldn't be taking me out on a date,
Bria said a working man is a trying man. So how much weight can we give to that? Let's if he goes to work every day, he works hard, he tries hard, all his bills are paid, but he working his fingers to the bone. Do we give any weight to that and say, you know what? I know he only made 30 grand, but he works really hard. Can we substitute some income with his level of effort? Terry, what you think? Because as a man, I'm sure you and I have both probably been in some situations where we didn't have what we wanted to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely for sure. I mean, I can at least say I make over 50. We in here, baby. We in here.
7.5. We in here.
We made it, baby. So I guess I'm over the cut there. But I was just reading what Bria said. By your mid-30s, you should be making over 40. I definitely can agree with that too, for sure. I mean, I guess it just depends on the type of woman you're going for. I always say you got to know your personnel, and that alone lets you know what type of person you're signing up for. Like, you know, dating wise, you know, I got to look at what I can afford and who I can, not what I can afford, who I can afford. You know,
Right.
like I might have went out of my, um, Felix
Your
always tells
bracket.
me, you know, I can hear Felix saying, "Don't hold back." So, you know, um, I might have went out of my range a little bit with, you know, my last situation. I might have went out of range a little bit. I might have went up a little too many notches for what I could afford. But you know, I think it was reaching for the stars. You know, so you know, now I'm back down to normal. I'm like, okay, let me get a normal chick now, like that ain't, you know, money hungry and like everything is money, money, money. Like she's just a, you know, a regular woman. Not saying that the other one wasn't a regular woman, but you know, just something I can be, someone I can be more comfortable in myself with, instead of someone that's trying to push me past my own particular limits at that moment, you know, and all that. So we definitely, you know, brought myself back down. I'm not reaching for the stars no more, right? we cooling now.
Geneva says they need to have the same means to share similar lifestyle for it to work.
Yeah,
And I think that there's
I
some truth to that, but
yeah,
I think that I can see it both ways. You know, like if you meet somebody and she loves to travel, but you don't really like to travel, that doesn't mean the relationship not going to work out, because traveling is not like a, what you call it, it's not like a big sticking point, you know. Now it's different if you say, I want to live in a certain neighborhood as opposed to a different one. We got to be able to afford this house, and you like, I ain't got it. Like that, I think that that's different, because obviously the home that you're living in is very important to your relationship.
yeah,
But I think that like extracurriculars and stuff like that, I mean, I feel like you can kind of work around that. You know, like if she like going to Mastro's or Maple and Ash, and you like, I'm cool with Zips.
yeah. Cheesecake Factory, man. We still going to Olive Garden. You better get your steak from Applebee's, that 2 for $25. What you talking about? It's a little thinner, you know, a little thinner steak, but you know,
Right. Well, they only come in rare or medium. Like
yeah, you
that's
already know what I mean. Hey,
rare and well. They don't do the medium well.
like, that's crazy.
Felix says, but yo, are we talking about dating? Like we just trying to smack cheeks, or like date for a potential relationship?
That's
think
that
that's
one. I mean,
huge.
again, what you looking for in that particular moment. Now, listen, if you know, me being a guy, if I want to just smack something, shit, fuck, it's okay to shoot for the stars for it. You might get lucky shooting for one of them. You might, you know, be able to succeed. You know, like one out of 10 is still success when you're shooting for the stars. I'm saying, but like,
Right.
you know, if it's somebody that you can see yourself dating, trying to be with, obviously you want to, you know, be with somebody that fits the lifestyle that you can live and all of that. Like I said, like you got to be able to afford you some Mastros, Ocean 44, Steak 44, according to Bria.
What's she
You
say?
know,
Ocean steaks. What's she call it?
O- Ocean 44, Steak 44. We already corrected. She was right. I gave her praise, her shout out for that one. But yeah, like if you dating somebody that like those spots are like regular spots for them, like then you got to make sure that you come with it in a different, you got to come with a different pocket than that, because you talking about, that's an easy 200 plus, every time you
Right.
going. So and how much you going, like
Right.
so. I mean, I'm not trying to go in them spots like that. I don't even, I can afford decently to go to those places, not all the time, but I can go to them, but I still don't even care for them for me. So, like, I mean, those ain't regular places for me. I take Olive Garden and Cheesecake Factory any day for me, but that's just me. Like again, I don't want to date somebody where those spots are regulars for them, because then I'm gonna be like, okay, listen, like, what you paying for? Like, what you paying? What you paying for the drinks or the food? What we doing here?
You gonna leave the tip? You gonna
listen? You gotta leave something, And then you got to think about it. There's a lot of women out here in today's world that they only go out on dates with dudes just for a free meal. Like, that's a regular. I got friends I talk to all the time. That's 2 or 3 homegirls I got will tell me they only go on dates with dudes just for a free meal, just for a dinner for the night.
Okay,
like,
but wait, those same guys are only taking this girl on a date to see if they can get some. So, like, you can't call the girls out.
How do we know that, though? I'm talking about my homegirls are telling me this is how, I feel like it's conniving. Everybody got their own, operation, what they running, but I'm only talking about the girls. I'm not talking about what the men are doing. Of course,
you can't call the girls out like that, because men are doing it too. We just had a conversation like this. Y'all always think there's something in it for you as well. So you can't be like, she's going on a date to get a free meal, because you are only taking to get that free meal to get into my pants.
Yeah, that's a part of it. We getting them cheeks.
So you are paying my meal because you are trying to get in my pants. So don't be calling out the girls, Terry.
I'm telling you what my peeps told me. I'll call my niggas out too. Hey, do what you do. You get it how you get it. I don't gotta pay for no fucking sex. I'm gonna tell you that now. I don't gotta take somebody out to no steak 44 to clap cheeks. Like, it is. I'm not being cocky either, but I'm just telling you, I don't gotta go to that extent just to get some ass. Like, now a lot of motherfuckers, that's their way of throwing money away just for sex. You just paying for sex then, like,
But now let me ask you this way: is it still the same thing though? If you let's say you date a girl for 2 months and you consummate the relationship in 2 months, or you say, "Look, I'm going to spend this money. Let's go home together tonight," and you still pay for dinner. It's still doing the same thing, right? Like, we still talking about an exchange of currency. Her currency is food.
Yeah. You still paying for it in the end, somewhere and another. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and again, ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that you can't go out, but a lot of the girls, what I was trying to say was, Lily, well, a lot of these girls are going on these dates just to go on it for a free meal. They ain't talking about getting their cheeks clapped. They just want to go eat and leave. Like, that's what I was trying to say. Now,
but are they telling you? Are they telling you they're getting clapped? Are they telling you they're getting clapped?
I mean, come on now. I mean, no, they ain't told me all of them that said they ain't got clapped. But I mean, who to say they did or didn't? I don't know. I'm not there. You know what I mean? I'm not a part of the date, so I can't tell you. But I can tell you for certain. I've heard on numerous occasions for them that they just go out on dates with guys just for the meal. They ain't doing nothing with them. They showing up to eat and leave, man. Like, so that's what I was speaking on. Like, now what dudes do is what dudes do. I mean, I can't help it. Like, if you want to take a girl out, on a date just to get some ass, I mean, if it works for you, then keep at it. I mean, if you obviously had some kind of success with it, so I mean, stay the course, my boy.
Lily, let me ask you this question. Let's say you go and you meet up with this guy for a date, and he pulls up, nice car, gets out of the car, dressed very nice. You give him a hug because y'all been talking online for a week or two or whatever. He smelled good, got his hair cut nice, shoes look nice. Y'all walk up to the restaurant, he opened the door. Perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then he sit down and the conversation leans more towards, well, I don't pay for girls on the first date. Would you pay?
No, she leaving.
No, I would pay for mine because you know what? I always know I need to have money, right? If you invited me, like I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna pay for myself anyways.
So
But you
niggas,
wouldn't pay for him.
I think it just depends on like how that conversation went. If he was just more like, "Oh, I never pay for dates. I never this. I never that. Blah blah blah," then
you
I'd
ain't
be,
showing up then.
huh?
You ain't gonna show up then.
Like he just said that he said it when we got there. So if
Yeah,
I guess
like this, he said she's there, she's stuck at this point. Like
A lot of that, if fools is really saying that, they saying that from the get go. I don't, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't. I find it hard to believe fools is waiting until they get to dinner. Like, hey, I don't pay for nobody.
like she just said, she said, I've never paid for a date. So maybe while they're talking, they just got their waters and they looking over the drink menu. He said, I don't think I've ever paid for a date.
When
so
you
it's
say
50-50 at that point.
when you say you've never paid for when you say you never paid for a date, are we talking specifically just a first date, or just dates in general? Like
Dates
you
in
like,
general. I've never well, okay, so I've never dated a man that has expected me to pay for anything. But again, like I can count my relationships on one hand. Like I haven't been in a ton of relationships. So the men that I have been in serious relationships with, even after the whole dating stage, I've never had to pay for anything. And while I've been dating now and like in my past as well, I've never been asked to pay for a first date.
oof. Mm.
Terry,
I've
Terry
never
said, "Whew."
I mean, that's cool.
So Terry, let me ask you this: if you met a girl and she said, let's say a girl said that, would you feel more pressure or less pressure?
Well, I ain't gonna feel no pressure at all. If I couldn't, I'm just being a hundred. I'm not gonna feel pressure at all because I'm not gonna like nothing to it. But like, yes, do I need a woman to pay for a date? No, like I don't at all. I can, if we're gonna date, I can pay for it. But like, if it's somewhere you suggesting or something, and then we go there and I'm still paying, like, damn, you suggested we go there. So, like, it would be nice for somebody, like, I didn't been on dates, people didn't pay for me. I didn't have to pay for it. I had a girl, bro, slid her card to the server before we even, like, when we first sat down, she slid her card to the server because I never let her pay. Like, again, I don't mind paying, but
Mhm.
like she wanted to pay, and feel like she was doing her part outside of, clapping cheeks and looking pretty for a date, like she wanted to feel like she was doing something more than just showing up and being there, so like she
Right.
wanted to pay. So we were always like, that was like, again, I don't care. Uh, it's, but to say never, Lily, that's kind of crazy. I couldn't date nobody. Me personally, I couldn't date nobody that said they've never paid for a date. And this is why hey, listen, this is why I choose who I choose because I don't want a woman like that for me in my life.
But
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
it's not that I'm
I
like,
get
oh,
it.
I won't pay. I just date men that won't allow me to pay. I date
I
men
mean,
that
can't nobody not allow you to date. I mean, pay for it though. If you tell somebody no, I want to pay for this. I
and
don't
he
care
says
what you're
no,
saying.
I got
I
this.
want to pay for it. And then you just kind of like, oh, okay, go ahead, pay for it. Cool. Like you just
so
rush to the side. Like,
so does that mean does that mean that when women offer, it's not genuine?
no, it is genuine.
Like when she says, not Lily, but like when a woman in general says, "Oh, babe, I got this one." Do you feel like it's genuine or it's just saying that because they don't want it to always seem like you whipping your card out?
Yeah. I guess, I mean, again, that's going with knowing your personnel. Like you gotta you gotta know who you dealing with. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's genuine. You know, I don't know. I mean,
I mean, in my last relationship, and this might not count, We had a joint account, and I was like, I got this.
That's crazy. She
And it
talked
was
about it. They had a joint account, and she
She
paid the
said,
money.
"Got it, babe."
Hell
Let me
no,
get
that
this.
don't count.
Let me get this one, babe.
That don't count. Stop it. You've been on 200,000 dates and zero came from you.
Geneva said, "I have already paid when I already knew." I'm assuming you meant I knew it wasn't gonna work, and or they couldn't say I owe you or using you. So I think what she's saying is, and me and Geneva have had this conversation where she will go out of her way to pay so that the guy can never say you just used me for a meal or you just used me for to go to an expensive place or something like that. Or like she said, if I already knew it wasn't gonna work, I would pay.
But here's the thing too. On a first date, I won't go to dinner. I won't do something expensive. I won't pick a fancy restaurant. It's a first date. Like if it goes south, like I want to be able to leave. I'll do coffee. We'll meet up for a drink, like something quick. It's never going to be like, oh, take me out to this fancy dinner on our first date. I'm
not the first date. Not the first date. No.
Yeah, no. Even the second, like, it's just a little, like, I'll do something simple as well. I'll meet you somewhere for like a quick whatever, but
a quick car ride, you know. I'm fucking with you.
So let's say you go on a date, and on the first date he takes you, let's say Olive Garden, right? Y'all go on the first date to Olive Garden. Second date, y'all go somewhere expensive.
Damn.
Third date, y'all go somewhere even a little bit more expensive than the expensive place.
That's kind of crazy, Bria.
At what point do you feel like I'm gonna have to kick in here? And then he not gonna let me pay, so I gotta earn it another way.
I'm not earning anything.
It's crazy.
Terry, at what point do you start expecting, like, all right, like something gotta 3 days in, I just spent $600 in 3 dates.
Yeah, that's we gotta shorten up how many times like what's the direct, like, is the dates like back-to-back days, like are they like a week from, you know, like if it's like all in 1 week, like damn, like I don't know. I mean, like I said, man, overall I really don't care about paying for no date like that it really don't bother me. I can handle what I need to handle. But I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer. I know Bria better stop coming for me though. That's what I do know.
That's what I do know. Rooftop hotel on the second date, and that's a good second date. A rooftop.
Yeah, if you
overlooking
go up there and have some drinks, chill, you know, sip, and then you know, cheeks. Simple. Simple. We're done. No, I'm just joking about the cheeks. I mean, I do like.
Everybody likes the cheeks.
I do like the cheeks, but it ain't. I mean, obviously that ain't my overall goal. Like, fuck, I'll be single forever if all I'm worried about is cheeks, and I'm just spending money just to fuck. That's crazy. I ain't got time for that. But I don't know. That's a tough one. He said, "No, you're not." That's crazy. You're supposed to be on my side. Oh shit.
So then, circling back to I think we went on a little bit of a tangent, but circling back, where does, in the getting to know you phase, someone's income level play a part? Do you feel like it doesn't play a part because we just getting to know each other, and long as you follow through with the stuff you say you're gonna do, that's all that matters? Or if you know what somebody's income level is relatively soon in the getting to know you process, does that sour you on them as a person? Like, will you kind of shy away, pull away from that? And I mean, and Lily and Terry, this could go both ways because I think guys have some softer, I guess, standards when it comes to that.
So I agree. It is a little distasteful to.
Yeah. I'm with Bria on that one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lily. My fault, but yeah, I agree.
But once we do get there, I think it just depends. Like, if you're telling me I'm in this job, I make 50,000, but my goal is to do X, Y, and Z, right? And you have ambition, and you're working towards like your goal and making more. Like, I'm all about it. I support it 100%. But if you're just sitting on your couch playing video games all day and you work at the dispensary making $17 an hour and that's what you want to do for the rest of your life, I'm probably not the girl for you.
But during the getting to know you phase, that is something that comes up like, oh, what do you do? Yeah. So if he says, I'm a doctor, okay, I know you are above a certain level. If he says, I work at a dispensary,
what do you do for the dispensary? What position do you have at the dispensary? Because I mean, if you're a DOO, if you're a GM, if you're a bud tender, if you're whatever, right? Like, yeah. I'm gonna call my best friend and ask her what they make because she knows that industry.
I mean, you can pull that up on Google too. Like, I mean, you can roughly like you said, digging into like, okay, what do you do for the dispensary? You can dig, okay, like, nigga might try to make up something random or something, but I don't know. You can look that up and see like roughly. You can make a guess roughly like how much somebody makes off what type of work they do and all that. I mean, you can easily Google it and you'll find that out easily. But I don't like we were saying though, talking income like right out the gates, like it can be a red flag, but it also can mean, like you said, like Lily was saying, somebody just they have goals, they got a particular drive, and it's either you come with it or I'm gonna leave you. Like I'm gonna find somebody else that's gonna be with the same shit that I'm on. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's like, damn, if somebody, I haven't had no one ask me that like right out the gates on, no dates or nothing, but if they did, I'd be like, damn, we already here? Like, we already talking about this? But at the same time, I sit back and like process it like, okay, let me hear more about them to see like why they're asking this stuff. Like, is a reason behind it and all of
that. Bria said, what are your thoughts if somebody is working 3 jobs?
Go get it how you get it.
I've been there.
Get it how you get it. If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do.
Here's the thing, like, yeah, I'm all about it. I've worked 3 jobs, but I like to travel, and I like to travel with my children, and I like to take them to different places outside of the US. So if I have to get 2-3 jobs to make that happen, I'm going to. So everyone has their own reasoning for why they're working that many jobs. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I ain't no knock on it.
I think my thing would be, if you work in 3 jobs, where am I going to fit in that? So it's less about the number of jobs, more about you're not going to have no time.
But the little time that I do have, I'm going to give it to you. So be appreciative of it.
We're going to be sleep.
No, because you don't know. You don't know. So even right now, for example, I work a full-time job. I make my salary, whatever. I have my own little side gig where I do stuff out of my house for, aesthetics or whatever. I still make time. Most of the time I see my clients on the evenings and the weekends, but I'll still make time for somebody. It's not like every single day I'm going to be at every single job.
Yeah, says we definitely see both sides. I'm impartial, but I need that quality time.
Yeah, quality. I mean, you're saying 3 jobs though. Like, how often are you working these 3 jobs? You might not even like. Technically, you can say that I have 3-4 jobs because refereeing. Like, I'm in I referee multiple leagues and all of that, like different leagues. So it's like I got multiple jobs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm working all of them every single day of the week.
Yeah.
I have my current job working for the state. Then I have my other job where I'm at right now, which is Lifetime Fitness. I might referee once a week, sometimes not even no weeks, but I'm still employed here, and then I'll ref other leagues. It just depends on how much time. Now, if you're working all these jobs, and some people work, their first job 8 to 5, and then your next job like 6 to midnight. Of course, you're not going to have time for nobody. And some people are doing that because they have to due to their finances and all that. So no, you shouldn't be talking about dating somebody if that's where you're at. I mean, that's my opinion. You shouldn't be talking about trying to date nobody if you're working that type of schedule. Because when are you going to have time for somebody? You're like, oh, you can pull up at 1 o'clock in the morning, but you got to be gone by 7 because I got to get back to the next job. You're going to be burnt out. So it just depends on how much you're working with those 3 jobs, I would say.
Lily, let me ask you this question.
Felix.
Felix be wild. He said, "Yeah, I'm with Terry, but you can." Wait, he said, "Yeah, I'm with Terry, but you can find some cheeks."
Wow.
And Bria commented earlier. She said doctors are a red flag, so I feel like that alludes to her having some experience with that.
Bro, everybody a red flag.
Do you?
Ain't nobody safe.
Have you dated someone, even if not seriously, gone out on a few dates with someone who had a very high income level, but then also gone out on a date with someone who may not have had as much income? Who do you feel like you had a better connection with?
That's a tough one to say first.
Honestly, I feel like the high income level I had a better connection with only because we had more in common. Like we were able to talk about places that we've traveled to, things that we've done, before we met each other. So like that conversation was a lot better. I've dated lower income men. I mean, it's fine. I think my biggest thing is I'm very open on I travel a lot. My son plays baseball. I travel for my son a lot. And I don't like it when people are like, oh, I don't really like to travel. That just gets expensive. And I'm like,
yeah, next.
Yeah, because you can't afford it. I don't know what to tell you. So I feel like the lower income conversations, they were very blah. But I don't agree. I don't think rich guys that's in their entire personality, because I've met some really decent human beings that had a lot of money and that wasn't their personality at all. And actually some of the richest people I know look homeless. They look broke.
Geneva said it's fine.
Yeah, a lot of rich, I agree with Bria saying, a lot of people that are rich, that is their personality. What else are they bringing to it outside of being rich? A lot of ones I know, that's all they talk about. I got friends that are all rich, and all they talk about is, what they can buy and what they, spending and what they, doing with their money and all that. And then I'm like, damn, motherfucker, your personality is trash.
Well, that's because that's what their conversations have. That's what their conversations have evolved to. They talk about, I'm gonna go look at a boat. You and me not talking about that. We talking about going to hoop with Felix.
Yeah.
But another dude might be saying, I'm gonna go look at this boat, and then I gotta go close on this $1.5 million house this weekend. Y'all can come over when we close. The conversation changed because the income changed.
Yeah, I can see that too, that way too. There's a lot of different ways you can go with that, so yeah. And the way that you're saying it right there, then yeah, that depend. I mean, me, if I'm whatever 500,000 or a millionaire, like I'm still gonna hoop. I'm still gonna like Olive Garden and Cheesecake Factory. Like it's not gonna change. I'm not gonna just pull up the Ocean 44 because I can do it every day. But but I still like what I like, and I'm not gonna change who I am just because of the money. I mean,
Are you saying that now because you don't have the money?
The money is, huh?
Are you saying that now because you don't have the money?
No, nigga, I can go there. I can travel.
God, did you hear me? I won't change if you let me win the lottery. I'll stay the same.
I mean, shit. We got trips planned. I can tell them. I got a passport too, nigga. What you mean? I've been out the country. And that was when I was making 30,000. So shit, we could go. I got enough right now. I could plan a trip for at least a week or two out somewhere. Like, yeah. And I got my travel agent, Felix. Now we good. Felix
Right,
gonna
put you on, and gonna be a welcome basket when you get there. So then, Terry, the flip side. Have you ever, outside of your last relationship, have you ever dated a woman who had like a high income and you didn't feel less than, I guess you could say? Did she make you, whoever that person was, did she make you feel like a partner or an expense?
What you think, Lily?
He said outside your last experience.
Outside of your last one.
So outside of last relationship, I don't think I met.
You ain't been there that long enough. No, I ain't never dated nobody with that kind of lifestyle, but the last experience. I mean, I dated someone that had a really good income, but obviously I'm talking, let's say 15 years ago, somebody, she was making like 80,000, and 80,000 15 years ago is a little different than now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like 15 years ago, you was making 80,000. You was a little bit above. Shit. So I'm gonna say that still now, like according to who you are. But for where she was at then, yeah. But she never made me feel like less than or anything like that. I honestly have never dated anybody that made me feel like I wasn't a partner, and even speaking on my last one, she never necessarily made me feel like I wasn't, in ways, yes, but in other ways, no. Like I can say that respectfully. So no knock there. But yeah, I've never dated anybody to make me feel that way though.
Felix said she paid.
Felix, bro, I'm trying to be respectful and nice these days, man.
So then with that being said, let's segue into our second topic. Level of intelligence. Okay, this is something else that we got into on Facebook this week, and I posted. It was actually a post from someone else, and they said dating people not on the same intellectual level as you will cause arguments and issues. Do you guys agree with that? That you have to be on the same intellectual level with the person you're dating for it to be smooth? Do you feel like their level of intellect plays a big part in the type of connection that you have?
Harry, I'm gonna let you answer first.
Bria, you would have seen this, but you don't have Facebook. So, I mean,
She said, Felix said, you ain't fucking up my finances. It is that one. I don't think you have to necessarily be the same, but damn, I'm trying to really think that one through.
Because so let me give an example. So Geneva is a occupational therapist. So a lot of the stuff that she knows medical wise, I usually have no idea what she's talking about. But I can connect with if she says I came home, I had a really bad day because I had so many patients. Like I can connect with her on that level because we've all been in a situation where we had a really rough day. But if she starts talking about certain medical procedures and things like that, like I don't have that basis of knowledge, so I don't know. But there's things that I talk about to her that I know that she don't know about either. That
she said, "You argue with someone that's stupid is hard."
It's so hard.
That shit is fucking retarded. I can't even lie. And I'm sorry for saying retarded on live, y'all. But that shit is crazy. When somebody is just stupid, it's just nothing you can say. They will understand and get what you're trying to get to. So like I can hear Bria saying that, and I'm just like, yes, I'm 100% with that shit. Like if they stupid, they're just stupid. They're not gonna understand you. Like. But what you're saying, like for you and Geneva, like for the work that she does, like yeah, like it's hard for you to be able to relate and talk to her when it comes to her type of work and all that because it's not not your field and all of that. So I mean that that can be hard. I can just speak on my ex. Not like I'm not saying this in a negative way, but by her being an entrepreneur and all that. I have no background in that. I don't know the lifestyle of it. Like, I didn't know. Like, obviously, I know what an entrepreneur is and all that, but like the way she had to go and get her stuff and do what she did, like I was like, man, like she really, I didn't understand none of it really. But then it was like, I felt like it was hard because she was trying to pull me to understand it, to want to be a part of that and all that. But it was like I had no understanding of it, and I can see how hard that was on her, me not having that intellect to be able to understand her and where she's coming from and all that. So yeah, Felix, I was the dumb one. Hey, I was dumb as rocks, bro.
I think we're only talking about it like career wise right now, and I mean in that sense, like I didn't understand anything from his career.
Yeah.
I'd ask questions. Like I really did. I remember I tried to explain what he did one day and he's like, "You are so wrong." And I'm like, "But I used the right words."
Yeah.
He's like, "But in the wrong context."
Yeah.
But he didn't know what I did. Like in my job, right? I would come home and I'd start talking about stuff and he was like, "Tell me, like, what do you mean by that? Because you're using your lingo and I don't know what that means." But like I want to say that in my last relationship, I was the book smart one. He was the street smart one. You know what I mean? Like I took care of the finances. I took care of everything. All of our stuff at home. I budgeted. I did everything, and he was like, he took care of other things, right? So we kind of taught each other like stuff, if that makes sense. See, you learn, right? You end up learning your partner. So we were able to have really good conversations. I mean, he loved talking about basketball. I know nothing about basketball, but I sat there and I was like, oh yeah, let me, like, I'll learn, I'll listen. Like he loved to talk about his video game, freaking hated the video game, but it gave us something to talk about when I seemed interested, just like he did the same for me,
Bria called Terry Cheeks McGee.
I got a phone call to make after this podcast.
Okay, so like we said, like that obviously is mostly pertaining to profession, but do you feel like it's different if we're just talking about like level of intelligence. Now, if we're just talking about like book smart, like someone who has a doctorate degree talking to someone who might have a GED.
But what are we talking about?
I
Because if you're
mean,
trying to talk to me about, you know, your organs, I'm never going to understand. But if you're just trying to have a regular, normal, day-to-day conversation, GED
like relationship, like intellect, you know, like your intelligence for a relationship. Like not everybody, like if we're talking
Geneva said, I guess it depends on how well you can fake your intelligence.
but your intelligence with what specific though? Because some things some people are smarter about than all things. Like I mean, I would hope everybody ain't just stupid. Like
No, but I mean like being able to like effectively express maybe your emotions in a relationship or
okay,
your
that's
wants and needs,
okay.
those types of things.
that's really important. We need to be on that, on like the same page for that, you know, or at least close. Like, I'm going to tell you if something bothers me, I'm going to tell you. If I'm thinking something, I'm going to tell you. It's in a relationship. If you woke up and sighed, I'm going to ask you what's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, why are you upset? What's going on? We have to be able to have those conversations. We were just talking about this, you and I. You have to be able to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would hope that you have, you know, enough whatever intellect to have that conversation and not turn it into a big old fight. But like if we're just if you're talking to me like on a day-to-day basis and I'm just getting to know you and you can't even hold a conversation, like I think that alone just kind of kills it for me.
Yeah, you gone already. You know, we don't mess around with that. Us cancers, Lily.
Geneva's a cancer too.
Yeah, we sending them on their way. They can't communicate. Listen, you know, because like, you know, I can speak for like me and Lily, like we both talk a lot. So to have somebody that don't really talk, like it don't work. Like you gotta have somebody that can keep a conversation going because then after a while I'm sitting there like, all right, what else can I talk about? Like I don't want to be thinking that, you know, when I'm hanging out with a girl, like I don't want to be thinking that. I want to be like letting the conversation flow, like, you know, and like keep going and all that. Like next thing you know, you look at your phone, like, damn, I've been on the phone with you 2 hours. I ain't been on the phone with nobody for 2 hours in a long time. But the conversation be so good, it's just flowing, like, you know, organically and all, it's just going. But you know, if I know the conversation whack and I look at my phone and it's only been 10 minutes past, I'm like, woof, I gotta figure out how to get off this phone. Like, damn, hey, let me call you back. My mom calling me. Like, and you might not get another call from me again, you know, like, and I say that respectfully, like, but, you know, like we said already for, you know, communicating in relationships and all that stuff is important. So you gotta, fake it till you make it. Yeah. That's the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the world we live in. Fake it till you make it.
Lying on the
Now,
resume.
alcohol won't help the conversation. Not all the time.
Mm-mm.
For me, I talk more. I'll definitely talk more, but that's why for me, like a lot of times, like I rather go on like I mean, I'm just saying, on dates in general. I like doing like activities, so like you know, while we're doing the activity, we can have conversation and all that. But I don't know, like sometimes you just sitting there with somebody. If I got to pull teeth for a conversation, like we've been talking about, Lily, about pulling teeth to get the conversation, then I'm like, I don't like it. You know, I'm like, I can't date nobody. I got to pull teeth to get a conversation out of you. I just feel like your personality is just. I need yours. Like my energy is high as hell, and if you ain't like close to my shit, like then like we don't work well. I'll see you later. Let me introduce you to send you back to the streets.
And then Lily, when it comes to the men that you've dated, do you feel like that they have been on your intellectual, like professional and personal level? or do you feel like there's been opportunities where there was a little bit lacking? You being a Cancer and all.
My most recent, absolutely same level. Prior to that, there was a few that I was like, what's happening here? Definitely questioned it. Tried to give them the benefit of the doubt that it would get better. But I mean, I've dealt with both of them, both types. I prefer someone that can communicate. I don't want to feel anxiety because you feel some type of way, but you're not comfortable talking to me about it because now I'm all anxious for no damn reason. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
Do you put that over income? Would you put that over income?
In the dating stage, like we don't live together or anything, yes.
I mean, you got to start there first. Like,
that's what I'm saying. In the dating stage, yeah.
I mean, your personality really doesn't dry later. Like,
but then past that, if you say, all right, hey, let's move in together. Let's talk about bills. What do you feel like you can do? And then you find out that he makes 40 grand a year, but this dude is a great communicator on both levels.
But his pocket ain't where it needs to be.
Right. Do you feel like that can supersede where he's lacking income wise? He makes you feel safe.
He's like,
well, I mean, is he bettering himself? Is he?
Yeah. Hey, Lily, just say he ain't gonna be
there.
We're not
gonna. Bria's right. We're not moving in together at that point.
Here's Melvin. We got Melvin in the chat.
Sometimes I like when they don't talk. When I was younger.
Huh? What you mean?
He just liked when they were quiet when he was younger. Now he old and he want to talk.
Oh, okay. The income thing, listen, at the end of the day, people are like, oh, you shouldn't look at that, but it's a big deal. My bills don't get paid off your love. You know, our mortgage isn't going to get paid off love. And so at the end of the day, like, I need to know, just like I'm sure he would like to know, if I can't, if something happens to me, I don't have an income for 6 months, do you got me? I need to have that sense of security as well. So yeah, if you're making 40K and you're barely telling me now that we're talking about moving in together, we're gonna probably hold up a little bit and wait, you know, till I don't know, to maybe make a little more. I don't know. I hate to even say it like that because it makes me sound like I'm just interested in the money, and I'm not. But money's important. Like I just said, you can't survive off love.
Yeah, 40K.
Geneva said he should have communicated that.
So what was he supposed to say? Hey, you know, I know we just got on our date, you know, shorty, but you know, I make 40K. Okay.
But before we're talking about living together, absolutely, you should know what you guys are making.
But yeah, if it's getting to, by the time it gets to the point where y'all was talking about living together, you already know, you can already tell where that person's at in their life and all that. I feel like you should be able to tell where they're at in their life.
My most recent relationship, when we started dating, we didn't talk about any of that stuff. When we got a little bit more serious, I did ask him, I was like, what's your credit score? I want to see your credit score. Because again, that's important, right? And I asked him, what do you make a year? And he told me what he made a year, and he had his side business. I'm like, all right, cool. Months later, we're talking about moving in, and he told me, he's like, find the house that you like in the area that you like. Don't go over X amount a month because I know I can pay that on my own. My mistake was me not being like, okay, but can I pay everything on my own? You know what I mean? I should have looked at that, and I didn't. So I did. I found us our home and whatever. He had everything covered and taken care of. When it came down to, he was like, hey, I want to quit my job, my full-time job, which provides for us. And I want to pursue my business 100%. If you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, you know that is not going to take off the next day, right? So when he told me that, I was like, cool, this is how we're going to do it. I saved up enough for our bills to be covered for like 5-6 months in case he made no money the first 6 months of that. I kept my full-time job. Like I wasn't going to quit the plan was for me to quit working. I was like, let me keep my job until your business takes off.
So he was trying to make you a kept woman all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And you was down for it.
You know, I was, because I would have been going to school full time. So like,
look at Terry there. Go ahead and say yeah.
No, I'm just laughing at you. You was down for
Go
it.
ahead and say yeah.
I was, but here's the thing. Like the agreement was I would further my education, and to me, my education was very important. So I mean, it was an understanding that we had, and it gave me time to be that stay-at-home mom. Granted, my kids are young adults now, right? But I get to be with my kids. So, but again, it didn't happen that way because, you know, I kept my job. So I lost my train of thought because I feel like you guys called me out, but
no, we just absorbing.
It's all about like the money, but I need to know that just like I have your back, you know,
you need security.
Yeah, like I need that.
He said,
Geneva said, I don't have enough money to be dating. What? You just telling me that now? On live TV. Ain't that's crazy.
That's kind of crazy. She got you though. Y'all got each other, so it's
y'all. She already said she want to be a stay-at-home dog mom.
Y'all be in Mexico. Y'all be all over the place and shit.
Don't tell Felix that because we ain't used them yet. So
when our next trip, let me know so I can put my coins in get my piggy bank and smash it so I can go.
Hey Felix, I need to plan Greece. So find me on Instagram or Facebook or something.
There you go.
Felix, she said Greece.
Yep.
White buildings with the blue tops.
If you only hit 2,000, yeah, we got that. We ready. Where we going?
$2,000 round trip and a place to stay in Greece. That's cheap.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all.
Wait, who said that?
Geneva. Oh wait, let me see. She said if you only had $2,000.
For what? For Greece?
To go to Greece? That's cheap.
That's really cheap.
Yeah, we ready for that trip right now.
Find that. I'll book that right now.
We ready for that trip right now. Let's go.
She said you shouldn't be dating if that's what you have.
She added another zero in that mug. I was on my trip and it went to 20,000. Nah, nigga ain't got that. Nigga ain't got that. I'll be still in Arizona. I'll be pictures from Greece. Hell no. Hey, Felix, though, we need you to book that, though. We trying to go to Greece in May, right, Lily?
Yep, May.
2020. Yeah, I ain't paying no 20K. If it's 20K, I'm staying here.
I need the work, so it's my baby's graduation trip, so I need it to be like big.
Are we going for like a week or what?
What is this week?
Like I said, we.
He said, I don't have to stay with you. I just want to go.
Yeah. You already know. You already know what it is. You know we going. Just let me know when. Just give me the dates. So we start putting the tokens together. I'll put 50 away every 2 weeks. That should be enough by May.
He said 50. Felix, you take payments? Y'all take payments?
Yeah. Hey, Felix, what that payment plan look like, my boy?
So you got Afterpay?
Right, the little layaway.
I need to corner you, bro. What's up? Let's set that up right now. 36.23 every 2 weeks. Oh, he said monthly. We do. That's what I'm talking about, Felix. Felix, Felix, hit us up, bro. We ready for this trip.
Find us on social media.
I'm gonna plug them right now. If anybody is looking for a white glove service, flight, trip, cruise, vacation. Apparently, last time he told us he can get sporting event tickets. Please hit up Felix. He is your go-to man for any of your travel and excursion needs. That's the dude you want to go to.
Yeah, that month to month, yeah, Felix, that'll work right there. Just throw the bread month to month. That way I get it out of there, make sure I get it all taken care of. I need that trip paid for by December. For real. Shit. Hey David, we gotta win a couple more of these bets.
Oh, also like and subscribe, share, hit the alert button for everybody who has stuck. We were in double digits for views today, so everybody please like, subscribe, share. Felix said like and sub. Send it to your friends. Say they got down on Wednesday. You got to check them out next Wednesday. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, and we got a little bit of ways to go. So let's get it cracking. But we are out of time this evening. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Lily, for coming back on and blessing the stage with us. Thank you, Terry, for coming back on as always. Anybody got any parting words for us?
Hey man, stay black, stay proud. Hey, to all my guys out there that's making 40K, make your money, man. Fuck them. They don't accept you. You go get you somebody that makes same amount of money, so you'll be all right. Your 40K is enough. Don't let them tell you it's not enough.
You are enough.
Right now.
You are enough.
Lily, you got anything for us?
I can't top that, but I was glad to be on. Hopefully you can come on again.
Yeah, she'll be ready next week. Hey, Bria, David, Bria told me to tell you, you have not hit her up to officially ask her to be on the cast yet.
That is baloney. I got the screenshots and I hit her up to get on and hop on the podcast. And she told me that she needs more of a heads up because she got to put her face on after work.
So
that's what she told me.
Hit her up today. Tell her next week, Wednesday, is more than a heads up. So we So be ready because we need her on here. So
she's too busy. She be out drinking drinking old fashions.
Hey, Bria been outside. I ain't even tell you, David. She been outside.
That's why she don't hit me back.
She about to kill me right now. Watch. Nah, she ain't been outside. She stepped out a couple times recent. So
she stepped out a couple times throughout the week. Mel said, I'm gonna come up soon to play basketball with you and the guys. Come up. You got an open invitation.
All right, I gotta get up here and work out. So I'll holler at y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Have a good one.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Yes, sir. Bye.